4 years. You're not signing a 1-year deal. I'm sorry. Steve Kerr, who had no business winning 5 championships in the NBA, I think he went to Phoenix after that, or San Antonio. I can't remember. Maybe San Antonio. Or San Antonio later. Anyway, is not sticking around for that cheaper price. Rodman probably would. Rodman probably wasn't that. His price was probably too high. But Reinsdorf made the point of the market value of some of these guys being too high. You wouldn't have signed a 1-year. Pippen would not have signed a 1-year deal. He just wouldn't have. After he'd been undervalued. I mean, Jordan was earning $30 million from the Bulls and probably another $50 million from Nike that year. You can say I can sign a 1-year deal. Cool. Like Jordan was underpaid for most of his career. It was only the sort of last couple of years that he got paid the $30 million, which they didn't really talk about. But it was easy to do because his sponsorships alone, were probably worth like $50 million a year.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rich.
Yeah, exactly. So, you can do that. But if you're a like Luke Longley, who never gets mentioned in that, which was a surprise, it was starting center for the three-peat, the Aussie. You're not gonna. This is it. Like you have to maximize the gold coins that you have to collect. Do you know what I mean? Like so. I don't see them all coming back that 1 year. The other thing I would say is just 2 years out, and Jordan came back with the Wizards, right? And after 2 years out, he was just not able to have the same impact anymore as a player. I mean, he was still very good. He was still an all-star. He was old, obviously, at that point, but he couldn't lift that team. The Wizards even to the playoffs in one of the weakest Eastern conferences of all time. So could he have won that year, the shortened year, another year? Maybe, if everyone came back. But I think it was far from a guarantee. I think they were on their last leg in that last dance. I think it was the last.
It seemed like they were pushing it quite a lot. And when Michael Jordan was saying that about coming back for 1 more year, it did seem that was coming from a place of everything that we've learned throughout the documentary, and that just keep pushing, just keep going. It did come across as quite maybe questionable. I'm not
like
sure.
MJ in his Hall of Fame speech, like he was 50 years old, he half seriously said, I could come back now. So
like Mike Tyson kind of talks.
Yeah, exactly. But it's interesting, right? So like Jordan, all the things that we're finding that are problematic for Jordan, because he plays a team sport, are all things that I assume that kind of individual sport athletes need. The great ones need, and they are able to do it. It's only becomes problematic when you're trying to like kind of weave them into this team element. All those things that Jordan talks about, the kind of psychopathy of it all. I imagine all the great tennis players and boxers and all the kind of great individual athletes have. The swimmers, I'm sure Phelps has that. So it's interesting to see someone be able to navigate that kind of selfishness, that level of selfishness in a team sport and have success.
Yeah, and ultimately, I suppose, although all of the different pieces, as we've discussed, were there, I suppose Michael Jordan is obviously the standout figure, and that's why he's regarded as the greatest. So, Gaz, thank you very much for joining us today. It's been a great chat. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Rated by JR.
Now, this is the part of the show called Rated, where I usually give some recommendations of music that I've been listening to recently. But I thought I'd use this part of the show now to pay tribute to someone from the world of hip hop who we lost recently. His name is Ty. He was a rapper from Brixton, age 47. He contracted pneumonia after being treated for COVID-19. So we just wanted to pay our respects to the artist and the human being. His music is often likened to American hip hop, and he got a lot of respect from that side of the pond. So the influence from that sort of the 80s and 90s boom bap hip hop style was very prevalent in his music, and he used a lot of funky bass lines and that sort of stuff, and he delved into kind of jazz and neo soul, lots of brass. So I would say that he's got something for everyone. So in terms of a recommendation this week, I would just say get onto Spotify and listen to everything, every single album. There isn't a bad album that he put out. Carl, I know you wanted to say a few words.
Yeah, so in regards to the passing of Ty, Ty is somebody I knew, more so because we moved in the same music business circles. We went to the same clubs. Through my network of contacts, we knew each other. But rather than me say everything, I've interviewed some of his friends who know him best, and I will let them speak about their relationship with Ty and what Ty offered us and what he gave to us.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Beats and Balls Show. You can catch us on Instagram at Beats and Balls, or Facebook at Beats and Balls. The and is an ampersand. Please like, share, subscribe, rate, leave us a review, whatever you can. It all helps. It all allows us to grow and produce more shows. But until next time, ballers out.
Ballers out.
Ballers out.